It's out, man, it's out. What's up everyone? We're back here once again working on the Shovelhead. As you guys could just see in that previous clip, it has been snowing here and it's so cold. Even now you can probably see my breath. The sun's actually come out today, which is rad, but I don't think it's meant to hang around all day. So this week's episode, I'm going to be working on putting a new exhaust on this. I actually bought a second-hand one, but it's brand new for £200. The only issue is it doesn't come with the correct mounting brackets for it. So I bought some universal mounting brackets and I'm going to try and figure out where to mount these best. My main worry is taking off these old exhausts because the bolts on there are rusted. They're only held together by one bolt, front and back, and I'm going to change them to studs. So I'm hoping that nothing snaps off in the heads and it all goes swimmingly. So now I'm going to just take this bike outside and we'll listen to how it's sounding with the current exhaust. I'm just going to let it idle for a while and we'll do a little noise comparison with these exhausts and then the shotgun exhaust that I'm going to put on it in a minute. So hopefully you guys enjoy this episode and I apologise if there's any swearing involved. Alright, so that was the sound of the old exhaust. Now I've got to try and battle taking this exhaust off. I'm probably going to take off the heat shields first and then just figure out the mounts and stuff and then just go from there. I'm going to use a lot of penetrating fluid just on the bolts, just hopefully that will help kind of break the seal on those, but yeah, join with me for this stressful bit. Alright, so that's all of the mounting brackets kind of loosened off, the heat shield's kind of loosened off, so now I've just got a battle taking the bolt out of each head on here. Fingers crossed everything will go smoothly. I have sprayed a bunch of penetrating fluid in there. I'm just so worried about snapping a bolt in the head, but fingers crossed guys. This one's actually coming out really easy. I'm just being super gentle with the bolt, but it seems to be coming out pretty easy. It's out. Rear pipe's off. Yes. No problems with that one. That was actually a piece of piss. All right, now onto this front pipe. This is probably going to be the one that causes me more jip on the front because it's already at like a weird angle wedged in there, but fingers crossed, guys. Yes! It's out, man, it's out. Oh my God, what a good feeling. I was so worried about that. I was just more worried about just snapping the bolts in the heads, but it actually came out super easy, which was such a rarity. I'm like, must have some good luck today. All right, so now I'm just gonna install these new exhaust studs. The original are just held together just by bolt, as you saw me remove earlier. Apparently the studs are a lot stronger bond, and because they're only held together by one bolt, you just need as much strength as you can. And obviously I'm going to mount them up properly as well, just stop that movement, because otherwise it's a lot of stress just on one bolt. A few people have said don't use Loctite, because Loctite in the heat can just foul and just turn to, well, corrode and then be harder to get out. So a couple of people have said just using copper slip, which is like a high temperature anti-seize. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of that in there, thread these in, and then just leave that a while to dry, and then I'll mount the exhaust up. Stick a bit on there and then just thread it in, and it should work its way through the threads on that. All right, that's the front and rear studs done now. Now I've just got to try and figure out how to mount these. These are the universal mounting brackets that I've got. It's already obviously got these mounting brackets on there, so I might have to extend this one up, maybe use the two and then just go from there. I've also bought new gaskets front and back, and then I'll just put copper slip around these two. But now it's just the difficult part is just kind of figuring out the best way to mount these, and yeah, just trying to make them as solid as possible, just because you know it's just running off of one stud, you don't want that one to snap. So it might take me a little while of figuring this out, but I'll do a quick little time lapse and just figure it out, man. All right, now I've got the mounting brackets kind of mocked up. I'm just gonna stick on the pipes front and back, and I've just got these little nuts, 5/16 nuts and locking washers, and I'm just gonna put the gaskets in using a bit of copper slip. So let's get on with that now. All right guys, so it's the next morning here. Last night I kind of finished mounting up these exhausts, and they're super solid, as you can see, but these universal mounting brackets look absolutely horrible. So what I did last night was make this mounting bracket just out of mild steel flat bar and spray painted it black, and it will just do to replace that universal mounting bracket so far, just because it being chrome, it's just super obvious that it doesn't look good on there, and it's huge, it looks ugly. So I'm hoping this would disguise it a little bit until I figure out a better way of mounting this exhaust. I love the way the exhaust look, but this mounting bracket just looks terrible. So let me change this up, and then we'll get to listen to the bike make a noise. All right, there we have it, all mounted up, super duper solid. Looks so much better with that black bracket on there. It just kind of hides it away a little bit. So now's the time to listen to this baby roar. All right, guys. So that sums up that episode. Hope you enjoyed it. The exhaust has just got such a louder thud to it now. Pretty sure I'm going to have to get some baffles for it. I think it's just losing a little bit of back pressure. As soon as you're off the throttle, it makes a lovely noise, but I think it's losing a little bit of power. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.